Happy Valentine's Day, lovers. I'm assuming you're lovers because if you're not and you're listening to a weekly podcast about vows, why are you torturing yourself? That just seems cruel. So, assuming you're on your way to getting married, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you got something awesome. This is Vowspiration, a weekly podcast by me, Kez, a Newcastle celebrant who's performed over 900 marriages. There are no tips, no tricks to this podcast. There's just the words that people have said during their wedding ceremony. You can check out vowspiration.com for all of our episodes. You can leave me a comment, ask a question, submit your own vows, or you can buy a copy of my book, Rock Your Wedding Vows, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is a very special week because we have our first submitted vows. Yes, Pip contacted me on Instagram and said, I think my vows are worth a play. And I went, great, let's hear them. So she's emailed through the audio from her wedding ceremony, which is great. Getting lots of feedback that people are liking hearing the words as they're actually said on the day. And if I can, I will always try and provide audio. They have been together for 7 years. When they got married, they'd been together for 5 years, and there was a little bit of COVID postponement in there as well. They sum up their relationship as being supportive, stable, and a little bit silly. We love that. Pip actually said she can't really remember now if writing vows was easy or hard, which should tell you that as much as you're stressing about them, by the time the wedding's over and done with, it's all gone. It's one of those things that we focus so much energy on, but then after the actual day, it was like, oh, it's easy peasy. Pip said she did put off writing her vows for a long time and they actually wrote them quite close to the wedding, which she wouldn't recommend, but sometimes people need that little bit of pressure. It's like the ones who study for an exam for the whole year and then there's those ones who open the book for the first time the night before. Both of those people are capable of getting A's. None of them is better than the other. Pip said she did find having a structure to work to was really helpful in getting the words flowing. So maybe that's something that's going to help you. So these are the words from Pip and Tom. And we have to thank their videographer as well, which is Duet Weddings, because without their videographer, I couldn't play you the audio. Tom goes first with his vows and then we'll hear from Pip. You will notice a slight edit in these vows, and that's because I had to remove any identifying information about Pip and Tom. So legal names have been removed. Here's Pip and Tom.
Pippi, when we first met at Monty's Bar, I never imagined this day might come, but now that we're here, I couldn't imagine being here with anyone else. I love your laugh, your smile, your caring nature, and how you clench your teeth at things you find cute. There have already been so many good times, and more to come, I'm sure. I will never forget our time travelling, particularly jet-lagged at 3 a.m. in the Maldives, watching the bioluminescent creatures in the water beneath the deck. I love you because you're always there for me, always your bubbly self, and very sweet. I'm excited for our future together because whilst it is unwritten, I feel it must be right. As we begin our marriage, I promise to listen to your advice and on occasion take it. Be your partner in exercise, even if I am much fitter, faster, stronger, more coordinated and non-diabetic than you. Never keep score, even if I'm winning. Try things, even though I'm sure I will not like them. Take out the bins, even in the pouring rain. Purchase or construct another home with tremendous showers and more accessible cupboards. To share both good times and bad times side by side. I give you my hand and my heart and hope that with my love, it will always be a safe haven for you.
Tom, I often reflect on how different you are to what my first impression of you was. When we first met, I thought you were very serious, very reserved, a little bit hard to read, and I was also not very sure if you liked me or not. Now I know that you're actually very loving, very silly, and now I'm fairly sure that you do like me, because we're here today. I love you because you make me laugh every day. You make me feel safe and make me feel loved. And you're not afraid to tell me when my ideas are perhaps a little bit crazy, but you do support me anyway. I'm excited for our future together, to continue to support each other in whatever comes next for us, and to hopefully start a family together and see you become a dad. And if you love our children as much as you love Murphy, they're going to grow up very loved and special. As we begin our marriage, I promise to laugh and be silly with you every single day, even if I'm stressed. Be more patient and not cut you off while you're doing important things like proposing to me. And be loving and caring and give you the same support that you give to me.
Thank you so much, Pip and Tom, for sharing your vows with us. I hope that they have inspired you to go out there and start writing your own, especially if your wedding's only a couple of days. You've got to get busy. For those of you who'd like to hear some more vows, you can hit the subscribe button. If this podcast is super helpful, you can rate it. That will get us higher up and down the podcast chain. That would be really helpful. Keep an eye out on Vowspiration.com for any news, new developments. My book will soon be available in paperback to buy. And thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with another lot of vows.